back! How is everybody? I hope you're amazing. I hope everybody's had an amazing time so far. Welcome to day 11. How good is that? How is everybody feeling? Let me know. Let me know how you're feeling. Wolves, did you listen to last night's recording? Man, what a massive session. I mean, look, I know that's not my original material or anything like that. Anyone that's done Tony Robbins would have seen that before, but it was really important that I think we brought that into this group. I think it's a very powerful session. And if you didn't listen to it, I highly suggest you go back and go through it full tilt. I mean, it can make some exceptional changes in your life. Who here on the call did the Dickens process last night? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I really want to know who did it, how you felt about it, and also what you sort of did you go all the way? Did you go full out, or did you sort of hang back a little bit? Sometimes people hang back a little bit because it is a bit tough and it's not exactly, you know, a pleasant experience right at the start. But if you play full tilt and go all out, you get the best result. All right, Wolves. Now, what a couple of weeks that we've had, right? We've already learned about the Wolf strategy. We've learned about beliefs. We've learned about values, how to change these, and what you're doing to gain your personal strength, right? We learned how to set yourself up for your day using the priming and the soul sinking, also quality questions, and then also awareness as well. So today, day 11, we are going to learn about setting our GPS and goal setting, right? I called this the GPS because once it's set, all you have to do is basically apply action. It's like setting a GPS in a car, right? You set the right destination and then away you go. You don't have to figure out every little step along the way. All you gotta do is apply action. Make sense? Excellent. So just because you may have done certain goal setting before doesn't mean that you don't have to do them again. Break through the bonds of your past. Why not look at a whole new way of doing things? Remember, repetition is key, and you learn new things every time you set yourself up to learn. So stay open to opportunity. Remember, condition yourself to succeed. Get excited about practicing fundamentals every day. It's the fundamentals, it's the 1% plays that seem to always make the greatest difference. Goals create the future in advance. Goals help us create our destiny. They can create power to help us grow and expand so that we are continually developing our success. They help us develop an ongoing level of happiness and joy. Goals must be compelling, right? And they have to be compelling reasons and to be exciting enough to actually sort of pull us forward. We don't want to have to try and chase goals all the time. We want them to pull us along through life. Make sense? Therefore, I want you to decide and commit yourself to mastering these little fundamentals that I'm going to give you tonight. Some of you may have heard of a story. In 1953, like a study was undertaken at Yale University with a graduating class. One question was asked. Was it, have you set clear and specific written goals, right? With a plan set for their achievement. Less than 3% of the class had actually done this. 20 years later, in 1973, they interviewed the surviving members of the class to see what their lives were like, right? This 3% appeared happier, more well-adjusted, and more excited about their life as a whole, and were worth more in financial terms than the other 97% combined who had not set goals. So this study showed the massive power of being clear and writing goals down. All right, let me tell you a little story about me. I mean, I've been setting goals for a long period of time. And I'm always very big on setting goals. And over a period of time, I started to set goals and I started to get a little bit, let me just put it this way. I started to chase the goal itself and not the reason behind it. So this is why I say it's very important to set the GPS in the right framework here. Because what happened was I started to forget my why. The why is the most important part in goal settings. And all of a sudden I started to chase the thing, the actual thing, not the feeling that it was going to give me, right? So what happened was that instead of actually getting the feeling that I was actually chasing, I got the thing and I got a completely different feeling. In fact, most times the feeling was very flat. And even though I've reached massive levels of success in some people's eyes, I remember sitting there thinking to myself, is this it? Is this all it was? Like, it was like, the man on the moon syndrome. They did so much to get to the moon, and when they finally landed on the moon, what exactly is the feeling after that? What do you do after that? How do you accomplish something else? So it's very important as we do this. I want to make sure that you're set your GPS. Your why is the very most important thing out of these goals. We're going to talk about getting thing goals, right? It is important. Anyone that sits there and says money's not important, I call bullshit, right? Money is important. It is important to have things, nice things. You travel the world, go and experience art on the other side of the planet. Go and experience some of the cultures around the world. Enjoy yourself and have fun with this, and have fun with this goal setting. But goals are great things to get. However, the type of person that you become in the process of actually achieving the goals is way more motivational, and it creates far greater impact. You must determine what your goals make you as a person. Who you become in the process of achieving your goals is the real purpose, okay? Please understand that. So how do we start the goal creation process? Well, we take generalized impulses of desire, and then we define and sculpt them with precision. Make sense? What is important is why you do and want these goals. So let me repeat that. What is important is your why. Remember the why in Wolf? It's the first letter, W, why. So your why, your purpose is stronger than the actual outcome. You must have a big enough why to succeed, all right? You need to understand that bit. Take goal setting seriously and consistently. Know the power of goals and why you are going for these goals. Reasons come first, answers come second. Why first, how second, okay? Make sure you get that, because the why is the ultimate question. You've got to figure that out first. Start from the framework of I can achieve anything, right? The word desire means of the Father, meaning this is in us. Without this, we would not want a goal. Goals absolutely work. Firstly, thoughts are things, and what you will pay attention to becomes real. As you think, so you create. If you develop a consistent and impassioned focus on something, you will experience it. When you set a goal, you acknowledge in your conscious and subconscious minds that where you are now is not where you want to be. As a result, you become dissatisfied. The advantage of this dissatisfaction is that it creates the necessary positive pressure, the motivation to move away from the pain, and a desire to move towards the pleasure, right? Dissatisfaction is a power to take advantage of. Learn to manage pressure in your life. All right, success in goal settings comes from two things. Number one, creating a strong and big enough why, a reason. Include the negative why as well, the meaning, if I don't get this, what will it cost me? Increase the drive to succeed by not just looking at why you want to achieve it, but also what you will miss out on if you don't actually achieve it. Link pleasure to achieving the goal, and you'll get the will gain, and then add the pain. So what will it cost you if you don't actually achieve the goal? Does that make sense? Cool. Use both the carrot and the stick. Number two, creating enough pressure to ensure you actually follow through. See, more strategies for goal setting success. You've got to set goals twice a year, right? Make sure you set your goals twice a year. Review your goals in detail at least once every month. And then review your top goals daily, okay? All right, Wolves. So now you know the fundamentals of goal setting. Your exercise tonight is just preparation for tomorrow's goal setting workshop. All right, so get your pens and paper ready right now. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. I know we had a massive day yesterday. I'm not going to do a very big video tonight. We're just going to give you the list of what I want you to get sorted in your head, so tomorrow we can absolutely get into this and knock it out of the park. Number one, list the specific areas of your life that are not what you want them to be. Physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, financially, in relationships, etc. All right? Good. We will put these in the notes, of course. Number two, write down what you would have to believe consistently to follow through on the transformation of your life. Okay, so write down what you would have to believe consistently, right? So you can transform your life. And number 3, list the set of beliefs you would have to hold on to achieve your ultimate goal. So in other words, what would you have to believe in order to not only set your goals, but to really achieve them? Okay, so we're really going after these things. What would you have to believe to make your life the masterpiece that you deserve it to be? And then number 4, I want you to write down why. You must change these situations now and why you know you can. All right? So it's a really simple task, 4 easy steps for tonight, 4 little exercises, but it's going to set us up as we go into the goal setting workshop tomorrow. It's a massive session tomorrow. I understand, some of you guys may be thinking it's the back end of the week, it's not so important, but please stay on this. We are powering through this full moon challenge really quickly, and we need to stay on it and make sure that we keep putting pressure on ourselves, pain and pleasure. Make sense? Remember, part of what drives us in life is desire and hunger. And seeing and admitting that things are not as good as we want them to be can create a drive to make our lives the way we believe they should and must be. So tomorrow night, until then, Wolfpack, give me a howl. Ow! I will see you tomorrow night.